Nicole, when was the last time you actually listened to your gut?
I always do, because nutrition in midlife is so important. And we know that there's a lot of misleading health advice out there. And most of what we're taught about food is wrong. Did you know that Big Food even pays TikTok influencers to say that ultra-processed foods are healthy when they're not?
I actually find that shocking, but it's no wonder that 1 in 8 people globally, that's over 1 billion people, are living with obesity.
So our sponsor Zoe understands that our health is suffering and that it's time we listened to our gut.
They make your gut health their business. And as we've learned in over 5 years of doing podcasts, gut health is key to overall health.
Your Zoe membership starts by testing your gut health, and it's backed by one of the world's largest microbiome databases and most scientifically advanced at-home gut health tests. Zoe gives you proven science whenever you need it.
Listen, we know better than anyone else, being in the self-care space, that the start of every new year is noisy with loads of health advice that's often full of hot air and rubbish. But Zoe is the solution that you can trust.
Zoe is the science and nutrition company leading a movement to transform the health of millions. And Zoe membership has been proven by a randomized controlled trial, giving you the solutions to listen to your gut, make smarter food choices, and change your health for life.
Go to Zoe.com and find out what Zoe membership could do for you. And because you listen to 40ish, you can use the exclusive code 40ish10 to get 10% off membership. As a Zoe member, you'll get an at-home test kit and personalised nutrition programme to help you make smarter food choices that support your gut. That's Zoe.com. Use code 40ish10 at checkout. Trust your gut. Trust Zoe.
It's 2025, a new year and the best time to turn your great idea into a business. Shopify is how you're going to make it happen. Let me tell you how. Shopify makes it simple to create your brand, open for business, and get your first sale. Get your store up and running easily with thousands of customizable templates. All you need to do is drag and drop. Their powerful social media tools let you connect all your channels and create shoppable posts. Established in 2025. Has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/promo. All lowercase. Go to shopify.com/promo to start selling with Shopify today. Shopify.com/promo.
This episode is sponsored by Zoe.
Hello everyone, welcome to 40ish Unfiltered. I'm Nicole Goodman.
And I'm Lauren Mishcon. This is the sidekick show to 40ish where we dish all the juicy feedback from the week's episode. And every Tuesday we're going to be diving into your comments, your emails, your DMs and all the social media buzz about the latest 40ish dilemmas.
Now, if you want more 40ish in your life, and of course you do, who doesn't, then please hit that follow and subscribe button. It helps us out more than you realise. And when you subscribe, you can get ad-free across both this show and Self-Care Club. And you also get some bonus content that is only available to our subscribers.
Yeah. So my mum saw Baby Girl. She wanted to report back to us.
Oh, I still haven't seen it.
Okay, she said she totally agrees on the Antonio Banderas front. He is hot.
Well, Antonio Banderas is hot. I don't even think it's whether you think he's hot or whether he isn't. It's like saying, do you have brown hair or blonde hair? You have brown hair. It's that categorical.
I think so, but apparently this view is not shared by everybody.
Who?
Well, a woman on TikTok said AB is a midget.
That feels factually incorrect. That feels very factually incorrect. He's not a midget. I don't. Are we even allowed to say those words?
Midget? No, I think dwarf, but dwarfism isn't the same as midget. I don't know.
What's the difference?
Oh, don't ask me. I'm going to get like all the hate mail. One is where everything is completely in proportion, but you're just smaller than an average person. And one is, I think, where your head is larger. Not as proportionate. I don't know. There's dwarfism, isn't there? And there's midgets. But is midget actually a term? Is it still a term? I don't know.
I don't think it's an acceptable term.
Well,
and whoever wrote that,
yeah.
I'm just telling you,
Yeah.
that's not an acceptable way to A, describe anybody, and B, describe Antonio Banderas, because he's not.
Well,
I mean, not that I've ever met him. I don't really know how tall he is. I could Google it now and find out.
You could. But as I said to her, A, bit harsh. B, they're all the same height when they're lying down, so who cares?
Well, I think you do care.
I don't think you care. If you're in bed with Antonio Banderas, are you worrying about his height at that moment?
I think if, like, let's say I walked into a restaurant and Antonio Banderas happened to walk in.
Yeah.
Say I'm in a top London restaurant
Yeah.
and he happened to walk in and he was remarkably shorter than what I had ever envisaged. I'd be disappointed.
But all movie stars are smaller than how you've envisaged. Like Tom Cruise is 5'6" or something.
I don't think George Clooney is particularly tall. Oh, what am I talking about? I've met George Clooney.
What?
I have met George Clooney and
Shut up.
and Brad Pitt.
Shut up.
Yep.
Excuse me. How have I known you this many years and you've never told me this
I could probably
information?
dig out a
What are
photo
you
of him
talking
right here,
about?
right now.
Where did you meet George Clooney and Brad Pitt?
At the BAFTAs.
What were you doing at the BAFTAs?
I was working, mate.
Innit?
I was working. Listen, you didn't know me in my hair and makeup days.
Sorry, what? What is this?
I worked behind the scenes on the BAFTAs.
Yeah.
I was on the red carpet.
Doing what? Touching up?
Yeah.
I don't mean I don't mean George Clooney.
I wish.
No, you
I
do
didn't.
wish. Touching up faces and hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
The people that were presenting and then they were
Right.
interviewing the stars as they were coming onto the red carpet.
Oh, right.
You know, and they shoved the microphone in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I was there. I was
Yeah,
doing that.
yeah.
And it was freezing.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's always
It's always in February.
yeah.
It was absolutely freezing.
Yeah.
And what they do is they stagger the celebrities throughout the red carpet. It's a whole thing.
I see. Are we talking like Ocean's 11 times? Is that why they were together? Must have been. Because they were in
maybe.
the same film.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
And it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I'd say
That would make sense. then.
maybe about 12, 13 years ago.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Right.
And so the celebrities get more and more A-list as the time goes on throughout the evening. And it also gets more and more sporadic and spaced out.
Yeah.
So by the time George Clooney and Brad Pitt came along, firstly, I was frozen to pieces because
Yeah.
it was so cold. And there was no one else on the red carpet because whoever else is on the red carpet when George Clooney comes along, no one's going to get a look in because
Sure.
everyone wants a piece of George Clooney.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point is he wasn't
Yeah.
that tall.
Okay.
He's not that tall.
Okay.
He is, I've never said this sentence before, but I'm going to say it.
Go on.
Devilishly handsome.
Is he?
Devilishly handsome to the point where Brad Pitt looks ordinary. That is how good looking George Clooney is in person.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I shared a cigarette with Ewan McGregor once.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I didn't actually know who he was till afterwards. That's very typical of me.
Was it Moulin Rouge days? Because that's unfortunate.
It was post Train Spotting, maybe just pre Moulin Rouge.
Like when he was massive, basically.
Yeah, I had
when he was at
no-
his height.
I had absolutely no clue who he was. He was just some kind of scruffy bloke. We shared an outdoors cigarette.
What's happened to Ewan McGregor?
I thought you were going to say what's happened to you. What's happened to me? A lot. Since then, a lot. Don't even smoke.
No.
No.
Why were you sharing a cigarette with Ewan McGregor? You
was
don't
out.
smoke.
I was out somewhere. I was young.
Yeah.
I was thin.
Yeah.
I was pretty.
I was young and thin.
I was young
so
and
I
thin.
could smoke then. Now
I
I'm
was
old
young
and
and
fat,
thin.
I can't.
I was young and thin. I was out somewhere. He was there. We were outside. We had a chat and a cigarette. And then I went inside and then...
Oh, so you didn't know at any point that you were having this cigarette
absolutely
that he
not.
was Ewan McGregor?
No, none whatsoever. None whatsoever.
Didn't his accent give it away?
No.
He's Scottish,
Yeah.
isn't he?
Yeah. No. it
Like his voice didn't sound familiar to
You know what I'm like? I'm fucking oblivious.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, yeah.
I
yeah.
don't think he's that short. I'm going to Google it.
Okay, you Google it. The men on social media, they had quite a lot to say about Baby Girl and this whole thing, which I found interesting. One of the men said, wasn't it all part of the thing? She had Antonio Banderas, but she wanted something else, something dangerous. Maybe Antonio's character is a bit vanilla in the bedroom.
I didn't hear a word of what you just said, but all I know is that he's 1.74 metres.
I don't know what that is.
How annoying
What's
is that?
in
Now
old,
I'm going to have to convert
in
it.
old money? For God's sake.
In old money.
This show's called 40ish. We don't know what 1.7 metres is.
Well, I'll try and... Okay, how tall is Antonio Banderas?
In foot and inches, please.
In foot and inches. in foot. Oh no, but then when you put in,
How
it
big
says
is his feet?
Hold on, it says how old is Antonio Banderas in Desperado? Probably the same height as he is in Baby Girl. His height don't change.
I don't want that. They're talking about his age.
In feet, he's 5'9".
All right, that's not a midget.
It's not that tall.
It's not that small. That's perfectly acceptable. More than acceptable.
Going back to what I said about the restaurant,
Yeah.
I reckon I would think, oh, he's smaller than I realised. But it would be fine.
Wouldn't you be like, oh my God, I've just walked into the restaurant and there's Antonio Banderas?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be your first thought? Weirdo.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, he's a little. Oh, I wonder if his shirt is from Hugo Boss.
Well, you know, now I would probably look at his height now that we've had this conversation.
Now you'd be obsessed with his
Now
height.
I'd go up to him and say, by the way, I was so funny. We were talking about you on our podcast.
And the men have been weird about Baby Girl. They've been weird and I feel a little insecure about it. Another man said, it's quite simple. Women want young men. Us older men with beards and hairy chests who know and understand a woman's body count for crap.
Can I just say,
What?
that is also factually incorrect because the last thing I want is a young man. I don't. No, thank you. No.
We both love a beard
Oh,
and a hairy chest.
yeah, my husband has both and I'm very happy with
So
it.
does mine, and I'm also happy with it. And you know, this is not true. Don't feel like that, Starboy 1709.
Is he 17 though?
I don't think so.
Was he born in 09?
Listen,
If he is, then I'm really sorry you came across our TikToks.
yeah, me too. God, I'm really sorry. Just pass it on to your mum and leave us alone.
Yeah.
That's what I would
Yeah, agreed.
Two things have happened that I've really hated this week. One, because it made me feel really middle-aged, and the other...
But there's nothing wrong with feeling middle-aged.
Well,
There isn't.
There is.
There isn't.
There's everything wrong.
This is why we've done the podcast to celebrate middle-aged.
It didn't feel celebratory.
But can I just say,
Yeah.
out of the two of us, you have much more of a problem about being middle-aged than I do.
Ovs.
But also because it's your birthday coming up and I just
It's
can't
your
be...
birthday coming up too. You're
mine's-
going to be a year older than me.
I know, mine's next week and I'm fine with it. But you're going to be 47 and I just can't be fucked with
Why
the whole...
are you spreading my age?
Because people can Google it.
No, they can't. I'm
course
not
they
on
can.
fucking Google. Where do you think I am?
I guarantee
On Wikipedia?
I guarantee if I Google...
Please don't. I'm going to fix
It's
that.
in our book.
Shit. I should have done that at least 5 years younger. Don't Google my age.
I'm going to Google your age.
Don't.
I know how old you are.
I know you know.
She's 47 in a
Not
month's
yet.
time. In a month.
I'm 46 and I'm staying that way.
How old is
Oh my God.
Lauren
What is with the Googling today?
Mishkon?
Can we stop Googling me now? Do you want me to Google you?
But you could Google me all you like, but you know everything about me.
I know, but they don't.
Anyway, 47. What I'm saying is I can't
Yeah.
be bothered for the whole mental breakdown about your age. I just can't be bothered with it. When we host a midlife podcast,
It doesn't matter if you can't be bothered for it. It's happening. It's here and it's happening.
What
It'll
do you-
be happening for approximately another month?
all right, I'm going to ask something really nice and compassionate now. How can I support you through it? How can I support you through it?
You can lie.
so it's less painful for me.
You can lie about my age to everyone that we meet.
What for? It won't stop you being 47.
Yeah, but if we all pretend that I'm not going to be, then it won't be. Listen, my dad's age stuck at 46 for decades. You'd hit 46. Maybe this is where I got it from. And he was like, right, that's it now, everyone. I'm staying 46. And at the time, I said to him, you know what? I was in my 20s then. I was like, you know what? At some point, I'm going to turn 46 and then it's going to be impossible for you to also be 46. And then that happened last year and I was like, Dad, we're twins. What happens now? And he was like, well, you know what happens now. You drop your age down, way down to like 30 and I stay 46. I was like, okay.
I mean, bless your dad, but he doesn't look 46
Well,
anymore.
he's not 46. He's now 72.
That's why he doesn't look 46.
But we just stick with that. So I might also stick with that. 44, 43.
I'm just not into it. I'm sorry. I'm not into it.
Well, you can own it. Own it all you like, but I don't want to own it.
But you're the host. You have a responsibility to all the other midlifers out there to be okay with it.
I have no responsibility to be okay with it. I just have a responsibility to report back from the front line of being it, experience it.
Front line.
Yeah. And sitting.
That is a little dramatic.
And sitting in the car with my child this week for 3 days on the trot, unable to remember the name of the singer, George Ezra. And why I say 3 days on the trot, because after the first day, I had to try and Google, and you try and Google someone's name when you don't know their name. Singer, tall, blonde, British, deep voice.
He's not really blonde.
I don't even know what he looks
Who
like.
came up? Sam
Deep
Smith.
voice. Yeah, everyone else apart from him. And then I had to phone my oldest.
What you could have done is gone on to Siri and just sung the song.
I couldn't remember.
Give me one good reason why I should ever make
remember
a
any of
change.
his songs.
Do-do-do-do.
And I was saying, Josh, you know that one. That one.
Do-do-do-do.
That guy. Couldn't. Then I phoned my oldest son.
Why were you thinking of
Because
him?
we heard someone. I was like, he sounds just like.
Oh, right. It's awful.
So I phoned Max. I was like, what is the name of the singer? He's got a very deep voice. He was like, George Ezra. Oh, Max, thank you. The next day, I said, Josh, Max told me the name of the singer. Who was it, Mum? I can't remember. And it was like a block, but it was a 3-day block. Yeah. And I'll tell you how bad the block was. I had to write the name, George Ezra, in our show, because otherwise I knew I would tell you this very story and I would still not know that it was George Ezra. I don't even like George Ezra. I mean, I don't really have any feelings either way about George Ezra, but I couldn't, that name, do you ever have that? It won't stick. It won't, you've even Googled it.
Are you joking?
It won't stick.
Are you joking?
No.
I have it all the time.
What is that?
Brain fog.
I don't like it.
It's called brain fog.
It's awful.
It is the most annoying thing because it's in your brain and it's like on the edge of your brain and you're like, I need to do is jump over that bit and then I can grab it and then I've got it.
Green grass, Google, who sings green grass, George Ezra, done. No, couldn't do that.
That's weird that you would say green grass. Like, that's not the song I would first go to for George Ezra.
And also I can't even tell you how much I just don't ever think about him. Ever in my life, apart from that 1 minute of that one afternoon on the drive home from school. That was what was so irritating. Hello, everybody. If you are enjoying this episode, could we please request that you share it with a friend who you think could do with a laugh?
We would be so grateful. Thank you so much. And also, if you're really loving it, please rate and review it. Lauren, you know me, and you know when it comes to answering the listeners' dilemmas and when it comes to food, I always trust my gut. And I also trust Zoe, the leading size and nutrition company.
All the nutritionists that we've spoken to on Self-Care Club have highlighted just how much misleading information is out there when it comes to food. Things like the claims that you see on packaging that say things like low sugar or nothing artificial. These are often assigned to actually avoid these foods. Ever noticed a health claim on fresh fruit?
No, never.
Right, well, you get my point.
So it's completely understandable why there's so much distrust and wondering who you should turn to for accurate information.
Well, it's very simple. It's not a dilemma for us. We use Zoe.
Backed by one of the world's largest microbiome databases and most scientifically advanced at-home gut health tests, Zoe gives you proven science whenever you need it.
Go to Zoe.com and find out what Zoe membership could do for you. And because you listen to 40ish, you can use the exclusive code 40ish10 at checkout to get 10% off membership. As a Zoe member, you'll get an at-home test kit and personalised nutrition program to help you make smarter food choices that support your gut. That's Zoe.com. Use code 40ish10 at checkout. Trust your gut. Trust Zoe.
Yeah, sure thing. Hey, you sold that car yet?
Yeah, sold it to Carvana.
Oh, I thought you were selling to that guy.
The guy who wanted to pay me in foreign currency, no interest, over 36 months? Yeah, no. Carvana gave me an offer in minutes, picked it up, and paid me on the spot. It was so convenient.
Just like that.
Yeah?
No hassle.
None.
That is super convenient.
Sell your car to Carvana and swap hassle for convenience. Pickup fees may apply.
Wow. What's up? I just bought and financed a car through Carvana in minutes.
You? The person who agonized 4 weeks over whether to paint your walls eggshell or off-white bought and financed a car in minutes?
They made it easy. Transparent terms, customizable down and monthly. Didn't even have to do any paperwork.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Hey, have you checked out that spreadsheet I sent you for our dinner options?
Finance your car with Carvana and experience total control. Financing subject to credit approval.
So I don't know if I've mentioned this, but Lewis Capaldi goes to my gym.
Yes. I think you have mentioned it, but maybe it was on Self Care Club.
Once or twice. Anyway, he goes to my gym. And when I mention it to people, they think that's really cool.
It is cool.
But me and my friend from the gym, because now I have a new friends at the gym,
Yeah.
we have decided we haven't spoken to Lewis Capaldi. I don't know where I'm going with this,
I
but let's
thought
just
that he came and then he wasn't there anymore.
No, but he's come back.
Oh, he's back again.
He must have been travelling for work or something. I don't know because I haven't spoken to him.
Okay.
And
But your
both-
dad has.
Oh, my dad went straight up to him. He's like, "Hi, are you Lewis Capaldi?" He was like, "Yes."
So your dad.
So my dad.
Yeah. Love it.
So anyway, I haven't spoken to him, but I do normally speak to people in the gym that are there at the same time as me. And we have both decided that if he wasn't Lewis Capaldi, would we have spoken to him?
Well, would you?
I don't know.
What do you say at the gym?
What do you mean? What do you say at the gym?
What, like, hey, are you finished using those weights?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's exactly what you say at the
So
gym.
not like banter, just more like
but then-
informative chat.
But then you could
Hey, what are you repping today?
yeah.
Is that gym talk?
I mean, I've never said it, but you could get away with it.
Could I get away with it?
No. Or you could say,
What else could I say
"Oh
at
my
the gym?"
God, that's amazing what you just did. You're so strong."
No, that sounds like an absolute come on.
No, I said it to a woman the other
Look what
day.
you did today. You're so strong. Wow. You could say it to a woman, it could still be a come on.
I did.
It's a come on. Stop flirting at the gym.
Oh, she did smile at me this
I'm
morning.
sure she did. Do you
Listen,
know
it
who
was
else is at your gym?
Who?
Now I'm going to make you feel 40 something. Chunks. Who's Chunks? Chunks.
He's Chunks.
Right.
Who is Chunks?
He's really, really, really famous.
No, he's not.
No,
He's
is.
not, 'cause
He's
I don't
not
know who he
famous
is.
to us, but Zach, my
Was he
son,
a YouTuber?
Yeah, he also goes to your gym. He's like, oh
Listen.
my God. Oh my God.
But he could be
Chunks
like
is
my
at the
best friend
gym.
in the gym. I wouldn't know.
You would know because he's got a posse. So if you see like a really cool looking young guy at the gym with a posse, that's Chunks.
Anyway, can I tell you what I hate this week?
Yeah.
It's a small thing.
It always
I
is.
I hate Prosecco.
What?
Prosecco. I hate it.
Why?
I hate it because ever since I've been in perimenopause, I can't drink it. Firstly, I don't like the taste anymore. Used to love a Prosecco. Secondly, now I sniff it and it just reminds me of headaches. It just gives me a
Oh.
headache. And to be honest, alcohol in general is not amazing for me since I've been in perimenopause. I don't react well to it. This is a very common thing. But Prosecco is the absolute armpit of alcohol in perimenopause.
What about champagne?
No, I wouldn't touch that either, but it probably wouldn't give me as much of a headache or an instant headache as Prosecco. And I've been away this weekend, and when we got to the hotel, they have a complimentary bottle of Prosecco at the reception. And all my friends, I went on a girls' trip, it was brilliant. And all my friends were so happy that it was there, and everyone's having a glass of Prosecco, and everyone's getting a bit loosened up. And all I sat there saying, how fucking middle-aged is this? Sorry, I can't drink that. It gives me a headache. Right, give us some more feedback. What else has been going on social media in the midlife space?
Well, do you remember the story that we did about the husband who wrote into us? His wife had been given birthday money by her parents. She'd gone
A
and spent
coat.
it on a coat.
Yeah.
And he didn't like the coat.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
really didn't like it.
Yeah.
And he was like, should I tell her I hate the coat or should I just zip it
Yeah.
up? Oh, wow. People had a lot to say on this subject. Mainly it was just like, say nothing.
Yeah.
Just shut up.
Well, it's obvious,
Basically,
isn't it?
most
She
people
likes
said
the
that.
coat, leave
Yeah.
her alone, let her be.
I mean, people were quite violent about it.
Violent?
Yeah.
not
If
fair.
she likes it, said Papa Bear, keep your fucking mouth shut. Don't pull down your other half. I was like, whoa, okay.
Maybe it wasn't aggressive. You've said it aggressively. Perhaps it wasn't.
It sounded
could be like,
aggressive.
mate, just keep your fucking mouth shut. and let her have it.
It could, but it sounded... Jessamy was like, men have no fashion sense. I'd like to know how he dresses. Fair enough. Yeah.
Oh, again, factually incorrect. Because you can't say that all the men in the whole world don't have any fashion sense.
What about this? She doesn't owe you your version of beauty. Say nothing. Your opinion is entirely irrelevant.
Why are you saying it in such an aggressive
Because
fashion?
it's like, that's how it sounds. Like really nasty.
That's not nasty. It's just feministic.
Is it?
Yeah. She's right. Depends what mood you're in. I mean, you know, when your HRT is on point like mine is today, I don't think things are aggressive. Perhaps when your HRT is not on point, like you have just demonstrated with George Ezra, things sound more aggressive.
I think that sounded very aggressive.
Yeah. Because,
it didn't sound very
you probably
nice.
need a bit of testosterone.
Fucking hell. You are skating on thin ice, my friend. There's a new segment we're bringing to the show.
It's basically just a chance for confessions.
Yeah.
We're going to keep them anonymous.
Yeah, we're keeping this anon.
So rather than a dilemma, we want your confessions. What is the thing that you want to share with us that perhaps you couldn't share with anybody else?
Well, he shared it with me, and it is true, even though it sounds made up.
Read it out.
This is what he said. Last summer, I came home from work and I went directly into the living room where my sister and her kids were playing with my kids. And my wife was sitting on the floor with her back to me. I went straight over and tilted her head back and kissed her hello. So she's sitting on the floor. He comes up behind her. He tilts her head backwards like this and kisses her on the lips. Hello. I felt a weird silence happen in the room and I saw my sister's eyes go really wide. I then clocked my actual wife who had just walked into the room and I realised, horrified, that I had in fact kissed our new au pair who had just arrived the night before and who also has long blonde hair. I apologised about 1,000,000 times, explaining that I mistook her for my wife and I left the room as fast as I could. My wife was killing herself laughing. That night, she was out and I had to eat dinner with the au pair.
Oh, it's terrible.
And the kids.
Oh, it's terrible.
It was one of the most awkward meals of my life.
The problem is you can't undo it.
You can't undo it. And then to top it off.
Having to have dinner with her.
Yeah.
Also, she just arrived. It's not like she
Like
had a
the night
chance to get to
before.
know him so that she knows that that's not how he would normally behave.
I'm not sure that he had even met her.
Oh, it's horrific.
He just came in and
that is
kissed her.
horrific.
But then, a few days later, he was upstairs in the
Is
spare
this a friend
room.
of yours?
Yes. He was upstairs in the spare room getting changed. He'd got out the shower, so he wasn't wearing anything. And the cleaner came in the room.
The cleaner or the au pair?
The cleaner, also a lady, came in the room, but she was like bent half down because she was hoovering. So she was sort of bent over. And when she came in the room, her face was a direct line
With his
his willy. Yeah. So he's like, I've basically accidentally sexually assaulted everybody in my house.
Apart from my wife.
Apart from my own wife. Yeah, he was like, it just wasn't a good week. Wasn't a good week for me. Poor guy. So that's his confession.
It is hideous.
Yeah.
My question is, and I realise this is not remotely relevant.
Yeah.
Why is he getting changed in the spare room?
I think I don't know. He'd like got out of the shower, he was in the towel, he went to scrub, maybe his clothes were in there.
I was struggling to get past that bit.
That is the show. That's Tuesday.
That's
It's
our bonus
wrapped up.
show.
Yeah.
We'll be back on Thursday. Oh, can I just say that I kept saying last week that it's being released on Monday. I was wrong.
You lied. You lied to everybody.
I didn't lie. Did I? I didn't lie.
It's inaccurate.
It's factually incorrect. I
Yeah,
think the words
it really
are. It was
was.
factually incorrect,
Yeah.
but also because we hadn't decided what day it was being released. I assumed it was Monday wrongly.
Let's clear it up. It's Tuesdays, it's Thursdays.
Yeah.
It's all the teas of the week.
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
On the teas, we spill the tea. How's that? Yeah? Do you love that? I've just made that up. See, my brain still works.
Yeah, it does.
It fires on some cylinders.
Yeah.
just not young British singers.
What's his name?
George Ezra.
Yes.
Yes, come on.
Do you know that is our show?
Yeah, that is
We're
it.
going to stop talking now because everyone's got things to do.
Fucking random rambling all day long.
We'll be back on Thursday with a brand new episode of 40-ish. Please stay tuned. Please follow and subscribe, and we'll be back on Thursday.
Bye.